Is there a particularly helpful roadmap to becoming a customer-centric organization?
So if you're in customer success and you have a health score, if your health score is designed to say whether or not the customer is going to renew, then it's a very internal health score that's designed to serve whomever is responsible for renewal to do their job better. It's an internal metric that helps your own organization. It's not a metric that helps your customers. A health score that's designed to help your customer would tell them, are they closer to become an industry leader in what your company has the authority on? Is your customer gets the most value out of you as a vendor? That's a customer-centric focused scorecard. So a lot of times we don't even think about little things like health score in a customer-centric way. Certainly when we have other teams like the product team, they might have the roadmap. Like typically, if you think about product teams 20 years ago, most of their roadmap was dictated by sales. The sales team would say, hey, we need to win more deals. Therefore, we need to create these and these features so that we can be more competitive in the market. And some of this culture is still inherited and, embedded in product managers' mindset that they need to be first and foremost competitive in the market. And any kind of enhancement requests that are submitted by customers may or may not be part of the decision makers for enhancing the roadmap. Certainly, a truly customer-focused or customer-centric product team would even close the loop on customer enhancements requests. So if we get enhancement requests from users and we never close the loop, meaning letting them know whether or not we actually address their enhancement request, then we're not really customer focused, because we're not really catering to the ultimate customer experience, which is I made a request and then you tell me whether or not you're going to do it. And if you did it, is it done? And so, it's just basic stuff like that. And so the question is like, how do you become a customer centric? How do you shift the organization and your processes to be customer focused, or putting the customer in the front of almost every decision or every process that you have within the company? So if you're an executive or a team manager within your company, this is going to be much easier to discuss, because then you really control the motions in developing an initiative. And the first step that I see a lot of times being skipped is really taking the time to understand your existing customers. We actually need to interview customers to really understand how they feel about our processes. How do we compare against other vendors in certain aspects? And then take that feedback, whether it's from surveys or interviews, define the goals for our initiatives based on what our customers want to accomplish, and then design those processes and new templates based on that feedback. Now, there's another thing that we should do if you were to really be successful, and this is where the gist of it is once you decide on a playbook, and let's say you designed it based on what customers said, you want to run it on a cohort of clients. Don't launch it like real big, unless you have like 20 customers, fine. But if you have hundreds of customers, you don't want to launch these new massive initiatives that impact customer experience to the whole customers at the same time. You want to do it for a specific pilot of customers, because then you can get their quotes, you can get their feedback to then loop back to the other teams, to CSMs that don't really want to make the change, to other customers that might resist the change, in order to create these unrolling conversations.